Your book, The Confidence Map, it really lays out a quadrant framework of confidence. Can you kind of explain how sophisticated investors are used to talking about flows and valuations and fundamentals? And how would you explain that basic idea?
When I realized that it required feelings of certainty and control, I created a 2x2 box chart with certainty on the x-axis, control on the y-axis. And I looked at them independently. When we have both of them, I call that the comfort zone because we feel great, things are relaxed, it flows. It's because they feel certainty and control of what they're doing. And that's the upper right-hand box. At the other extreme, the lower left-hand box is what I call the stress center, because when we don't have certainty and control in our lives, we feel naturally anxious. And we're not our best selves, we're impatient, we're not kind to other people, not necessarily nice to ourselves. And when people think about confidence, those are the two boxes they think about. You either have it, in which case you're in the comfort zone, or you don't, you're in the stress center. What I then looked at were these hybrid boxes. The lower right-hand box, where we have certainty but no control, I call the passenger seat. Because if you're on an airplane, you hope you have certainty, but you have absolutely no control.
Right.
And what's interesting about that box is it can go from feeling very comfortable one moment to feeling almost like a prison the next. And you can see that firsthand when there's turbulence on an airplane. The upper left-hand box, I call the launch pad. And that's where we have control but no certainty. And one of the things that investors don't appreciate is that that's where all of our financial transactions in life happen. Whether we're borrowing, lending, investing, saving, there. And that's what makes finance so unusual, is that the outcome isn't known. And so when we're making decisions, particularly investment decisions, we have to imagine the future. And it's that imagination of the future that drives what we do. Ironically, what we don't appreciate is that our imagination of the future is entirely dependent on how we feel. It's the best mirror I know of how an individual feels in terms of confidence. Tell me how you picture the future, and I will tell you exactly where you are on this map.
If you kind of look at the markets in general, you see that a lot. You know, people are very confident of the markets right now. Markets are going up. Doesn't really seem like anything can go wrong. I would presume if you put investors on your quadrant, they're probably in the upper right-hand quadrant right now because of the amount of risk-taking we see in terms of leverage and speculation, those type of things. But that also leads them, to your point, they're very optimistic. We look at consumer confidence measures as a function of people. What do you think about, market prices a year from now? Oh, they're definitely going to be higher. Total future confidence because everything's going so well right now. But that also, there inherently lies the risk.
Catch me daily on The Real Investment Show. The link is in the description.